Be whole and free. This is Mahanaim with Apostle Aaron. And we continue where we left off, where we understood that we are forgiven. And in our being forgiven, or having been forgiven, we must also forgive. Because this is how people don't understand what the word says. When God says you are forgiven or you are blessed, and you find that when you look at the reality of your life, you find that it does not correlate. The Bible says you're blessed, but you don't feel like you're living blessed. In fact, when you look at your life, you are living in squalor. So what is it that is happening there? And it's a very simple thing. The thing is that you haven't risen up to the level of the expectation of the blessed. When you have money and are going all over the place, you don't have time to be dealing with people and dealing with little squabbles here and there. No, because there are bigger things that you need to be focused on. And so in your life, one of the things that take away from the blessing of God is the fact that you're still keeping unforgiveness. It's a big thing with God, and I'm not shocked that God is still bringing it up, because sometimes forgiving is really hard. Sometimes forgiving somebody truly is, and forgiving not at the level of man, because sometimes we confuse the level of forgiveness that man talks about and the level, and I've shown you in the videos before that the level of God, the level of forgiveness of God should get to a place where, like Stephen, who while they're stoning him, he says, God, do not put this sin to their charge. That means while somebody is offending you, you have already not even forgiven them, but you have not placed a charge on them that needs to be forgiven. And that's where we need to get to. And as long as we're not there, God is still going to be speaking about forgiveness, because he has forgiven us, and we also need to give it to others. Now, in the next verse, in verse 14 of Colossians chapter 2, he says, blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it to his cross. There's a few things that are there that we're going to break down. It says, blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us. That's the first thing. Now, one of the ordinances that were against us, understand that God is a writing God. He is a responsible God. In fact, when you read the Bible properly, you understand that right now, as you're listening, there is an angel that is writing that you were listening to this message. Whatever it is that you do is being written, it's being recorded. This is why God even recorded a book for us, so that we are able to get to a place where we understand him better. Everything that we do has been written, is being written. Everything that you have done is being written. Everything that you'll ever do, the motive why you are doing what you're doing is written. Now, because we were sinners by birth, he says, blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us. Now, understand that everything that you see in the earth realm is a type. There's a true heaven, there's a true court in heaven. For example, we have courts, and we had the courts in the time of the Old Testament. We had the Ark of the Covenant, where sacrifices were brought. Now, in heaven, there is also a temple where sacrifices are brought, and sacrifices would be your praises. The evening, Bible says, the lifting up of my hands be as an evening sacrifice. So when you lift up your hands unto God, it's like an evening sacrifice. So there is a reality in heaven that earth is a shadow of. Now, everything that you have done that has been written against you is what the devil uses to go to the court of heaven and say, no, this person is guilty, and this is why. Because they've got those ordinances that have been written against you. I will see you at penny.